Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good day. Oh, dude. We ready? We ready? So, hope everybody's day is going well, whatever time it is for you. Today is going to be our what yesterday was originally supposed to be. So we're kind of ready to rock and roll here with, we're going to do the news as we do, right? The news. And, there we go. We'll do the news. And, then we're going to get our tentative schedule going. Yeah, tentative schedule for, our games that we will play for this year. I'll try to get a nice schedule set up for most of the year, what we're going to play and what's coming out. It'll change, I'm sure, but it'll give us a good idea of what we're going to play, when we're going to play it, and that way everybody will be aware of what we might be playing together, what, you know, to be ready for from one game to the next, right? And after that, I'll just show off some of the gaming stuff I've collected over the years. I've got some of that stuff out and ready and to show everybody, and that will be our day, man. That will be what we do. So, I don't know. It's good to see you guys. It's good to see you. Let's hop in it. We ready? Let's get over here. We've got the gaming news. So let's get into that. Video gaming news. First of all, this is what we're listening to this morning. We've got the BPM soundtrack, Bullets Per Minute OST, very cool, roguelike, FPS game. It's really cool. Art style's awesome. It's a very fun time. Highly recommend if you've never played it, and the soundtrack's awesome, so go check it out. Cool. We'll cut it. Let's get into this news. All right. Well, let's go. Let's see what we got. Well, we'll pull that up. Xbox Game Pass leak reveals first games leaving in 2023. All right, let's go. Yeah, we knew about that. Yeah, Square, look, if you're not aware, this is all I'm going to say. Square Enix has been very public, very vocal, very upfront about the fact that they are headed into the Web3 NFT blockchain space. That is where they want to be. And unfortunately, I think that that means probably not the best thing quality-wise for fans of some of their long-running IPs, like Final Fantasy, you know, Kingdom Hearts, things like that. I think that we're going to end up in a situation where a lot of those titles are going to be turning into something that don't necessarily have a drive towards a quality gameplay experience anymore as much as it does towards driving as much monetary profit out of people as possible, which is basically what Web3 and NFT and blockchaining does. Yeah. So, we'll have to see how Square does with it. But, you know, It's one of those things. So we'll see how that works moving forward. I'm not a fan, um, but not a whole lot we can do there. Amazon Prime has a free surprise for Marvel fans. Let's see what that is. New Star Wars game teased with huge promise. Let's see. Free PlayStation Plus games for January. Let's see what we got. We read about this the other day. Um, yeah. 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 Yeah, we read about this the other day. What you need to know is that there are some titles that has a significant vulnerability in them by Nintendo on the Switch. Yeah. Um, which makes it basically really, really easy for malicious users to basically hack your Switch, gain access to it, and control everything. Basically, lock you out of it and control the Switch itself. So they can go in, access your account, do anything they want with the account, stuff like that. So, but from what I read, it's due to specific games having this vulnerability. Um, some of them had been fixed. Some of them apparently have not. I don't know. We'll pull it up and just take a quick peek and make sure. We'll see. We'll see if we can inform people on what the current state of this is. Okay. Konami teases reveals for games it says are quietly what underway. Yeah. All right. We'll take a peek at that. That's fine. Some of it might be stuff we've already kind of seen, but we'll see. What's up, buddy? What's up, Wick? How are you, man? World of Horror to leave early access this summer. Hmm. I've been wanting to play this. Okay. We'll take a peek at that. That might be a cool one for us to play. Since it's going to leave early access this summer, it might be worth playing in Scaretober a little bit. We'll take a peek. We'll take a peek. It's not necessarily. Maybe it'd be a nice precursor to Scaretober if we could find a way to slot it in, you know? Maybe, maybe. Multiverses developer hints at Walter White appearance? What? Okay. Wick, as much as I'm not necessarily going to root for the Penguins, dude, it would have been really nice to see them take down the Bruins, buddy. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, man? Come on, dude. You're gonna have to hit up Sydney and be like, "Hey, bro, You really let us down. Pins suck. Dude, I was really hoping they would beat the Bruins, dude. Send them down, bro. Send them down. Destiny 2 data miners admit to faking leaks. I mean, this is the issue, right? I'm not gonna probably dive into this very much, but this is why it's always better to just, obviously put a lot more stock in anything that's official. Yeah. Uh, we come across substantial news information, which is, official things that come out from developers themselves. And then there are always these individuals that are leaking news or leaking information on developers or on projects or games that are in development or what have you. And it's one of those things I try to tell people, like, take that with a grain of salt. Don't put a whole lot of stock in that until the developer themselves comes out with something official on it, because this kind of thing will happen. It doesn't mean that everybody that, there are individuals that absolutely have an inside track. They come across good information and they put that information out there for us, but it's never going to be 100% good information that we can rely on, until it's something that we hear from the developer themselves, right? So that's always something to keep in the back of your mind while we go through these news segments and everything. I try to point that out every time we come across stuff like that. We'll see what this Destiny 2 stuff is here. We'll see what that is. Who does doubt? The Stars play the Kings tonight, I think, dude. So I'll be watching that one. We read about this yesterday. Again, I mean, if you're not aware, it sounds like the Escape from Tarkov devs, or one of the devs, has been banned from Twitch for apparently dry firing a weapon at themselves, which is basically promoting self harm. And dude, that's not cool. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see it. I don't know. That's just what we read yesterday. If you want a deeper dive into this situation, look at yesterday's news segment on either our Twitch channel or YouTube channel. But basically, that's what we read yesterday that happened, and it's not really acceptable. Those are not things that need to be promoted, and I think a ban is appropriate there for sure. There are enough people in the world that deal with issues of depression and stressors and things like that that lead to internalization of some issues of self harm, and it doesn't need to be exacerbated by watching people promote that kind of negativity in on a platform like Twitch or anything like that. So, as far as I'm concerned, so that's basically what it sounds like happened. I'm not gonna dive into it. We talked about it yesterday. We read about it yesterday. Oh, bro, that's their fifth loss in a row. I didn't realize that, man. Yo, this Wick, Wick, dude. We're looking at gaming news, but we've got an article here talking about the Pins on a 5-game losing streak, dude. That's rough, brutal, buddy. Let's look at our other one. Hold on, knock it off. Gaming news, Xbox, no. Video gaming news. There we go. Most anticipated video games of 2023. I don't think we need that. I've got some articles up that I pulled up yesterday that are going to be very useful for us specifically in helping to create our schedule for this year. Obviously, we're in the middle of playing Breath of the Wild right now. It'll probably only take me about another month and a half to get past the trial we're on right now. Being a bit sarcastic, but maybe not too. We'll see. But after we finish up Breath of the Wild, then we've got to be figuring out what we're playing coming up, and having a good, nice tentative schedule is what we're going to be working on today. Yeah. So I've got these articles up right here that'll help us get that schedule set up. So I'm not going to pull this up. Yeah, Epic Game Store free games. We'll hit on this real quick since that's the article we just came across. Instead of pulling the article up, here you go. Dishonored Definitive Edition and Eximus Seize the Frontline are free until 2 days from now. Okay? So you got 2 more days to grab these free games on the Epic's platform. And then Kerbal Space Program and Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun Aiko's Choice, the standalone expansion, will then be free on January 5th, the morning of January 5th, okay? So grab your free games now. Get ready for the next ones that are coming up. That's the Jam-a-Lam, all right? So they're getting some backlash on this. What? That's weird. I have to get Syke in here to read that. Netflix's Assassin's Creed show gets disappointing update. We'll take a peek at that. Even though it's not necessarily a video game, it is does have to do with a video game adaptation, video game world. So we'll take a peek, see what's going on there. Hmm. Rumor: new God of War game potentially confirmed. Potentially confirmed. This is not official, so but we'll take a peek. I mean, would that be a surprise? I don't think so. We've had 2018's God of War, very successful. Ragnarok as well, very successful. It's been. I mean, would it be a surprise to anyone to think that they didn't already have another God of War entry for that series in early development before Ragnarok even was released? I wouldn't be surprised. Now I'm willing to bet that there is a God of War. idea or two for Santa Monica Studios that has been circulating around. Random emote time, by the way. And they've been maybe taking one of those and thrown it into a very early development that they weren't really planning on starting big time work on until Ragnarok released. But at this point, Ragnarok's done. It's out. It's finished. Besides some probably patches here and there. So yeah, I mean, it would make sense. It's a very, very iconic game throughout the history of video games and very popular currently. So, oh, get your animates in there. We'll take a look. Wait, what? Hmm. Probably not worth looking into, really. All right, let's stick with this. We will stick with this. Let's see what we got. Netflix's Assassin's Creed show gets disappointing update. Assassin's Creed fans should brace themselves as the Netflix adaptation of the iconic Ubisoft series received a disappointing update. Video game adaptations have become ever popular. Various projects from Mario and Sonic to The Last of Us and League of Legends are leaping from video games to movies or shows. Uh, excuse me. Assassin's Creed is one of the most popular gaming franchises out there, so it's no surprise that it's set to join the lineup. However, previous attempts to bring the series to the TV and film world have not been easy. Firstly, there was the attempt at a film. The 2016 Assassin's Creed film was poorly received by fans and critics, lauding a dismal 18% Rotten Tomatoes score. The movie's poor reception did not dampen Ubisoft's ambition to evolve the franchise. October 2020 saw Netflix announce a partnership with Ubisoft to develop new projects with the IP, including a highly anticipated TV series. However, the Assassin's Creed show seems to have faced creative hurdles as one leading creator leaves the project. Creative changes for the Netflix's Assassin's Creed. Screenwriter Jeb Stewart shared an unfortunate update about Netflix's upcoming Assassin's Creed show. The filmmaker revealed that Collider that he is no longer involved in the project, citing that this change is because of a geographic relocation. The executive's move from LA to London led to Stewart's departure from the show. This disappointing change was made amicably, although Stewart does feel for the London group, who now have to inherit his vision of what it was and are unable to develop their own vision for the project. The Vikings creator felt it was, quote, a good mutual time to move on for both sides. Believes that despite no longer being involved in the project, the show is going to be great. Yeah, they always say crap like that. Stewart also praised the Ubisoft team and the franchise's quality, indicating that he enjoyed working on the show, but is seemingly content in handing the reins over. Okay. That's a bit of a weird pivot in the middle of the creation of that show. It makes you wonder if there's some kind of something actually happened there other than just a geographical issue. You know, but who knows? Okay, well, that's not available, so cool. Multiverse's developer hints at Walter White appearance. For months now, Multiverse fans have been begging to see Breaking Bad's Walter White added to the game. That always seemed like a long shot, given the fact that Breaking Bad is not owned by Warner Brothers, but it seems that might not stop developer player-first games. Studio wished fans a Happy New Year on Twitter, prompting a reply from the Walter White for Multiverse's Twitter account, which said they'll only have a good 2023 if Walter White joins the game's roster. Senior character artist Dan Eder jumped in, telling the account to expect good things. The Twitter exchange can be found embedded below. Naturally, Eder's comments caused an explosion in speculation. The idea of Walter White battling it out with Bugs Bunny and Batman seems unbelievable, but it would get a lot of people talking about the game. Could also open the door for other non-Warner Brothers characters. just as Sonic and Solid Snake did for the Super Smash Bros. Series. Of course, LeBron was already kind of a weird borderline case, yeah, and Rain Dog is an original character, but those examples are a lot different from a character owned by Sony. Released last year, Multiverses is a fighting game that takes inspiration from video games like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yeah. Multiverses features a roster of characters that have mostly debuted in Warner Brothers cartoons and live-action properties. Yep. Yeah. Not only is Multiverses very similar to Smash, but it even took the place of Smash at this year's EVO tournament because Nintendo won't let the EVO tournament utilize Smash as a competitive game or as an IP a title for the tournament anymore now that Sony owns it because Nintendo's cool like that. But Multiverses did very well. It's done very well. People have enjoyed it. So we'll see how it works for them moving forward. I've heard here lately that people have kind of gravitated away from it a little bit after release, but on release, people have had a really good time with it. So it seems like WB has continued to stay focused on the title, trying to make sure that patches and updates are coming out, new characters, new content, as well as ensuring that the game is remaining balanced to the greatest extent possible. So we'll see how it how the game fares moving forward. Yeah. Destiny 2 data miners admit to faking leaks. Destiny 2 data miners with a long history of providing accurate information about the game have admitted to faking a recent leak. The Destiny 2 community has been in an uproar of late over a seemingly credible leak that suggested the game would be getting a monthly subscription plan, but it turned out to be fake. The leak came courtesy of a Discord server called D2 Datamines, which has a long and accurate history of leaking upcoming content for the game. The leakers would typically data mine the content from game files, meaning they'd extract relevant files from the game's install or through access to the game server and make those files public. The latest leak posted last week in the Discord server suggested that Destiny 2 would be getting a premium monthly subscription plan. According to the apparent leak, subscribers would be given access to a host of content, including exclusive weapons, cosmetics, and playable content. The apparent leak was reported on a number of gaming news outlets and spread quite quickly throughout the community. Some players complained about what they saw as another move towards aggressive monetization, which has been somewhat of a sticking point among players since the game went free to play. Oh, cool. Hey, what's up, Samara? Awesome. Yo, thanks for letting me know. Yo, good morning. How are you? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I don't know if I got to tell you that yet. I don't think so. So Happy New Year. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you ask, the leak turned out to be entirely fake. One of the data miners from the Discord, Elliot, admitted that the whole thing was a joke, was just going to let this keep on going, Elliot said in a post on Discord. But since it grew really large, people are actually worried outside the server. We just wanted to formally apologize and admit that we trolled everyone. This will probably make a lot of people angry, but it was all meant to be done non-maliciously. Elliot, alongside fellow data miner Brooders, said the future joke posts like this one will be clearly labeled going forward and clarified that nothing outside of the current season can be data mined. Many have suggested this has caused a significant drop in credibility for the leakers. A recent Destiny 2 glitch jump scared players late last year after a new raid boss was introduced that let loose a horrifyingly loud scream. Bungie, the developer of the game, was quick to act on the bug and it was patched out shortly after. Yeah. That it does seem like they were just trying to like troll people out a little bit, and but maybe it just got a bit too large. That's kind of wild. But that's what happens whenever people do have established themselves as being a source of credibility for information in regards to certain things. they can't really go that route anymore, you know, without actually going very, very quickly afterwards, or even along with it at the same time going, this is a joke. I'm just messing around. Because then this happens. People go, oh, this is real. Do they always come? Everything they, you know, they always have good, credible information, you know. So, you know, that's the way it goes. I'm great, my friend. I'm great. Happy New Year's to you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm great. I'm great. We're gonna do the news today, and we're gonna make a schedule together for what games we're gonna play. Tentative schedule for what we're gonna do gaming wise over this coming year. And then I'm gonna show off some of my old gaming stuff, man, that I've accumulated over the years. Yeah. So some of it, anyways. Show off some of it. We're just gonna have a chill day. It'll be a chill day. Yeah. I'm doing great though. Thanks for asking. World of Horror to leave early access this summer. This might be a cool little like segue into our month of horror games. It's not going to necessarily be a super scary game, but it is definitely a horror title. It's creepy, and who knows, maybe it would be good to play in Scaretober, but we're gonna have a lot of games that we could play. That I would rather play games that are going to be creepy, really scary. And this one's creepy, ominous. It's got real dark vibes, but I don't know that it's necessarily going to scare anybody. You know what I mean? So maybe a nice segue from September into October. We'll see. World of Horror is set to leave early access in 2023 after more than 3 years. The acclaimed indie role-playing title developed by Paweł Kozminski and published by Isbeard Games first arrived in February 2020 via Steam, GOG.com, and Microsoft Store. What's that, Wick? What's that, dude? What game? As PC Gamer reports, World of Horror will exit early access this this summer and launch on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, PC via Steam, GOG, Microsoft Store, and itch.io every October. Or not. Or not. Yeah. I mean, if the game was worth replaying, maybe. How about we don't? How about we don't? how about not? Let's go with that. Sorry. I can't, dude. Scorn. What a disappointment, dude. Who's ready to go to Shiikawa? The rest is red. You can see the post below. Cosmic Horror RPG World of Horror will exit early access and launch in summer 2023. If you guys don't know what this is, check this out. I've seen some things about this game for a while now since it's been in early access. It's really loud, sorry. Yeah. The latest World of Horror update, Blood Moon, came last October, introducing new items, mysteries, and character origins. An official description of the game reads, experience the quiet terror of this one-bit love letter to Junji Ito and H.P. Lovecraft. Navigate a hellish roguelite reality with turn-based combat and unforgiving choices. Experiment with your deck of event cards to discover new forms of cosmic horror in every playthrough. The inevitable wait, excuse me. An exact release date is not known yet, or whether World of Horror will arrive on all platforms simultaneously. Watch the official announcement trailer above. Yeah. Yeah, this game looks really cool, and now that it's going to be full release this summer, it's probably going to be worth a play for us. It looks really cool. It does. I've wanted to play it for a while, so let's let me do this real quick. Cool. Pretty neat. If you want more about that here, there you go. Is that even let me see. Let me put that on my wish list. I don't think I even have that on my wish list right now. Nope. There we go. Solid. Let's go. Um, we read about this yesterday as well. If you're not aware, there is a significant vulnerability going on right now with online play of certain games, certain titles with the Switch. So, I think that it's very, very important people be aware of what is going on here to keep yourself safe. A severe vulnerability has been discovered in select Nintendo Switch games as well as 3DS and Wii U games. So it's not just Switch, but Switch, 3DS, and Wii U. Dubbed the ENL buffer pawn, the vulnerability opens up users of these Nintendo devices to hackers who only need to share an online game session with their victim to access their device. According to the CVSS 3.1 calculator, the issue is a 9.8 on a 10-point scale. That means incredibly bad. Incredibly bad. In other words, it's a very serious issue. Thankfully, Nintendo is aware of it and slowly addressing the problem. Over on Twitter, a well-known Nintendo 3DS homebrew developer relayed word of the issue in a recent thread. According to the developer, it's an issue plaguing many Switch, 3DS, and Wii U games and allows remote code execution in a victim console, which can lead to the console being completely taken over. Of course, this could lead to various issues, including your sensitive information being stolen. Yes. So, the thread continues, noting that Nintendo, aware of the issue, has been releasing patches to games affected by the issue throughout 2022. And it's been able to do this because the issue was found in 2021 and reported to Nintendo via a bounty system. Providing an example, the developer reveals they found the issue in Mario Kart 7 and were awarded $1,000 for relaying it to Nintendo. At the moment of publishing, there are still games plagued with the issue, and there's no word of when this will change. In fact, Nintendo hasn't said a peep about any of this, at least not via official PR communication channels. If this changes, we'll be sure to update the story accordingly. In the meantime, for more coverage on all things, so here's one of the things. So one of the reasons Nintendo is not being very open about this, especially with saying what all titles are affected, is because they don't want to give out any more information than is already out there to potential malicious actors. Okay, it sucks for the side of people that are trying to stay away. So what Nintendo probably should be doing is giving as much information to their product users in order to keep them safe without providing definitive information to potential malicious actors, giving them more information than they already have. It's a very fine line to walk, though. But here's what you need to know. TLDR, basically all it takes is for you to be playing one of these games that has not been fixed yet in an online environment in conjunction, like having a match set up with somebody else that knows how to inject this code or access this vulnerability on your device through the network. Right? So if you're using Switch Online, you get into a multiplayer game with somebody that knows how to access this vulnerability, they basically just take over your device. They lock you out, they control your device entirely, and they can go in there and access all of your sensitive information, your account information. They can lock you out of your account for your Switch. Change it to like their kind of change your account over to be their account with their own information and stuff like that. So it's important that you be very, very careful right now. Apparently, this is something that has been going on for a while. As it said, this is something that was made known to Nintendo back in 2021. We did read yesterday about certain titles that have been fixed already. So if you want to see some of those titles, look at our news segment from yesterday, either here on Twitch or on our YouTube channel, or just do some research to find out what games have already been fixed. But I would say it's this is a pretty significant issue, and you should try to protect yourself if you're doing any kind of Switch online play. Okay. Konami reveals teases reveals for games it says are quietly underway. Japanese publisher recently announced Silent Hill and Castlevania projects. Konami has said it's planning to reveal even more new games, building on its recently disclosed plans to revive classic franchises. As part of its New Year's greeting, published on Famitsu, the company mentioned new games for well-known series, likely referencing the roster of Silent Hill games and Castlevania collaboration announced last year. However, it said it also had new announcements to make regarding projects deeply and quietly underway behind the scenes. Happy New Year to all game fans. Konami's greeting reads, "Thank you very much for enjoying many of Konami's games last year." This is just the Silent Hill 2 teaser trailer. We've seen that before. This year is the year of the rabbit, and we are planning new games for well-known series with the aim of making even greater strides. In addition, new projects that we have yet to announce to you are also deeply and quietly underway. Please look forward to Konami's future announcements. VGC first reported in 2021 that Konami was looking to revive many of its major franchises, including Silent Hill, which was eventually announced last year, Castlevania, and Metal Gear. Sources claim that one title in development at Singapore-based support studio Virtuous was a new version of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. A recruitment video posted by the company later appeared to hint at the project. A Silent Hill 2 remake was one of the several projects announced by Konami in October, alongside Silent Hill Townfall by Observation developer No Code, and another new game called Silent Hill F. Dead Cells Return to Castlevania, a crossover DLC featuring the legendary Konami franchise, was announced last month. Yes. We've also seen some unofficial stuff yesterday about how there's apparently up to maybe 4 additional Silent Hill games that are kind of in the works right now. Something along those lines. That's unofficial though. Again, grain of salt there. But, the thing to take into consideration here is horror franchise is very popular. Anybody in the industry can see that. Take Resident Evil, for example. Their newer IPs have been very successful, their newer entries to the series, such as Village, RE Village, Biohazard, and then they're doing the remakes as well, which have been well received, done very well for them. And it only makes sense that Konami is taking a page out of Capcom's book here. And they're going, okay, people have been asking for Silent Hill to be revived for a long time. They're committed to it now. It's obviously they've been working on it for a while because we've seen some good stuff already. So I don't think it'll be very long before we see some Silent Hill stuff come our way to be actually playable, like released games. But it also makes sense that if they've already got a lot of assets they're making, they're probably trying to work on, for that series specifically, they're probably trying to make sure they're going to keep pumping stuff out if the initial releases here are fairly successful. You know what I mean? So we'll get some probably substantial official information on what's to come next for specifically Silent Hill from Konami after maybe a title or two gets released. But we'll keep our eyes and ears open for what else might be in store for us from Konami on all fronts, not just Silent Hill, but for some of these other series that have been needing to be revived for a while, whether it be Castlevania, Metal Gear, things like that. Okay. Amazon Prime has a free surprise for Marvel fans. Prime has a new and free surprise for Marvel fans, courtesy of Marvel's Avengers. Crystal Dynamics 2020 Avengers game available via PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series S and X. If you're both an Amazon Prime subscriber and Marvel's Avengers fan, you can, via Prime Gaming and until January 12th, claim a set of free Iron Man themed items to use in the game. If you're not a Prime Gaming subscriber, or if you're reading this after January 12th, everything below is no longer applicable. So the items that can be claimed would be an Iron Man illustrious outfit, Iron Man themed nameplate, 3-day Heroes Catalyst, 3-day Fragment Extractor. Didn't they already say that Marvel's Avengers is going to be like, they're not working on this very much longer? Wasn't it already announced by Crystal Dynamics that they're basically going to be done with this pretty soon? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we read here recently that this game didn't do too well anyways. And it was kind of knocked pretty hard for the monetization, in-game monetization stuff. But it is still out there. And if you're playing it, if you're having a good time with it or whatever, and you're into Iron Man, you have Prime. Prime does a lot of stuff for in-game items, whether it be something like Marvel's Avengers or League of Legends or Fall Guys, Lost Ark, you name it. There's a lot of collaborations that Amazon does with different developers for in-game items, as well as just Prime Gaming. They give away free games about every month, a number, not like a ton, but they give away a number of free games. So if you're interested, go take a look. I'll go ahead and link this. That way there's some links in here that you can just access to go take a look at Prime Gaming. If you're interested and you don't have Amazon Prime, there are ways to get free trials. So go take a look. Okay. There are ways to set yourself up for some free trials, get free games, stuff like that. All right. New Star Wars game teased with huge promise. A new and upcoming Star Wars game has been teased with a seemingly huge promise. Back on January 13th, publisher Ubisoft and its developer Massive Entertainment, the developer behind the Division series and developer working on the upcoming Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, announced a new and untitled Star Wars game. We know next to nothing about the game other than it will use Massive Entertainment's property engine Snowdrop, and that it's being developed by Julian Geraghty, the creative director most recently responsible for the Division 2 and the crew. And it's Geraghty that has shared the new tease. Unfortunately, the tease is vague and doesn't convey much of note. Using Twitter, Geraghty notes that 2023 is going to be huge for us, speaking about himself and Massive. This is followed by Join the Adventure and is accompanied by a Star Wars logo. The obvious implication here is that Star Wars game in question will be revealed, which would make sense considering Massive Entertainment's current game, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, is scheduled to release sometime between the end of the year and the start of next year. In other words, it may be time to finally reveal their next project and begin a whole new hype train. That said, for now, this is just speculation. Quote, the Star Wars galaxy is an amazing source of motivation for our teams to innovate and push the boundaries of our medium, said Ubisoft boss Yves Guillemot at the time of the game's announcement. Building new worlds, characters, and stories that will become lasting parts of the Star Wars lore is an incredible opportunity for us, and we are excited to have our Ubisoft massive studio working closely with Lucasfilm Games to create an original Star Wars adventure that is different from anything that has been done before. For now, we know the game is using the Snowdrop engine, like said above, that is being developed by Massive Entertainment, and that's about it. So, another Star Wars game in development. Feels like quite often the Star Wars video games are like how Disney is with the Star Wars shows, man. There's just so much. There's just so much, dude. Just constantly pumping out new stuff. I just need I need a focus. I need Star Wars to focus down on giving us access to some nice bad guy content. You know what I mean? Give us the Sith stuff. Let us play as Sith Lords. Give us a nice series focused on the Sith. You know? Why does it always have to be the good guys? Come on. There you go. We'll see more about that in the future, I'm sure. Free PlayStation Plus games for January. Star Wars Jedi, Fallout 76, and more. Yeah, we've read about this. We knew these were coming. If you didn't know, although many months during 2022 had disappointing free games, Sony did try to make amends by rolling out games such as Mass Effect Legendary Edition, Biomutant, and more in December. PlayStation also offers gaming subscription services in the form of PlayStation Plus. Recently, the company overhauled its subscription service and introduced tiers much like Xbox Game Pass. Yes, that was during like the middle of last year. So the free PS Plus games for January this month are Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Fallout 76, and Axiom Verge 2. Okay? We've already hit on this, but there it is again. I will link this real quick for anybody that's hanging out that wants to take a deeper dive into what those games are. There you go. All right. This is the last article I have for our news segment this morning. Okay? We're going to finish up this news segment. We're going to hang out, eat a bunch of cheese, whatever else I can find. I got some cheesecake. Cheese that's also been made into cake. Probably some sausage. I'll eat about anything, that I can find today. I've got some leftover like panini type sandwiches. Yeah, we're just going to eat all day, and we're going to develop our tentative schedule for the year for here in the community, what games we're going to play, and then we're going to take a look at some of the old gaming stuff that I popped out of storage yesterday for us to have a gander at, have a look at, have some good times checking out all the old stuff that I've accumulated over the years. It's not anything super extensive, but we'll have some good times with it. But if anybody has anything else to add for the news segment, let me know in chat. I'll address it. We'll talk about it, take a look at it before we move on to doing all that stuff, okay? Xbox Game Pass leak reveals first games leaving in 2023. Microsoft has accidentally leaked the first 5 games leaving Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate libraries this year. The official announcement should arrive sometime this week, but ahead of this, the list of departures for January 15th has leaked courtesy of the Xbox app. Thankfully for Xbox Game Pass subscribers, the 5 departures are nothing super notable. However, there are a few games some subscribers may end up missing. Before January 15th, all 5 games below are available to purchase outright to Game Pass subscribers with a 20% discount in case you want to continue to play any of them after they depart the subscription service. That's always the play. Any game that is on Game Pass, you can buy it to own forever at a 20% discount, okay? So below you can read more about each game. Check out the trailer for each game as well. Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc Anniversary Edition. Nobody Saves the World. Yes. Windjammers 2. Paparazzi. Anacrusis. These are the titles leaving by the 15th, is what this is saying. I'm not going to watch all the trailers for these. I will throw this in chat, okay? But these are the titles that have been leaked as leaving Game Pass by the 15th of this month, okay? So if you've been interested in playing these, you have Game Pass, you should get in there and give them a shot before they're gone, okay? So here you go. These are the ones that are leaving. Throw it in chat. Here you go, you legends. Cool. Them's the breaks, dude. That's all we really had. We had a long day. We had a long news day yesterday, which was appropriate because we had been gone for the weekend. No news for the weekend, so I took a dive into everything we had missed potentially. But there's been a lot of. There's going to be a bit of a lull. Probably there's been a lot of companies taking time off for the holidays, things like that. So today's a bit of a shorter news day, which is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We got things to do. We're going to have fun. We're going to make our schedule, look at what games are coming out this year, and look at some old gaming stuff. Cool. But thanks to everybody that's part of this community. You guys are amazing. And thanks to everybody that was part of this news segment today. You guys are just such a great part of what we do every day, and helping me to have an even more awesome time doing what I love to do in the first place, which is just talk about games and play video games. So we're gonna move on to doing the schedule and our 2023 gaming schedule, and looking at some old gaming stuff. No gaming content today, probably, but before we do that, I'll just say that if anybody's checking out this content, you're enjoying the news, then see what you can do about coming and hanging out with myself and the rest of these amazing people that are part of this community whenever we go live at 6 o'clock a.m. CST every single day. And, we'll do the news, and then we always jump into whatever video game content, whatever playthrough we might have going for the rest of the day, okay? Other than that, you guys just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we will catch everybody tomorrow for what will be January 4th's edition of Video Gaming News, and it should be day 27, if I remember correctly, of Breath of the Wild. All right?